I am very proud of my family. My wife is Sherry Miles, and we grew up together. We're soulmates.
The first time I ever met Matt, he rode with his father out to the house to deliver a jacket to my dad for helping him during harvest. And Matt never got out of the truck. We just kind of saw each other at a distance.
We have 3 children, Sydney, Lane, and Abby. My son is Lane, and he's 21 years old, and he recently got married this year, and he farms with me side by side every day.
When I was younger, it was, for me, all it was about was going hang out with my friends, and I didn't want anything to do with farm.
I never really thought Lane would do it. When he was younger, I never thought he would come into the business.
A lot of times he was on the farm in the dirt and the dust and the heat, and that's not always a fun way to spend your summer. He was going with me when he didn't have a clue what we were talking about. And he'd be like, "Dad, I don't really know what we're talking about." I said, "You will someday, you'll remember this bag." And I knew that because I had been the same way. Anyway, at probably 14, 15 years old, I gave him responsibility of irrigation on a certain farm. And at that point in time, everything changed. When he had a responsibility and he had that crop growing itself, things changed.
The more I got to getting in it, the more I learned to love it. One year I was on my way to Kansas with my brother-in-law, meeting Dad up there, and we got to talking about it, and that's kind of where I decided how he was getting into it with his dad, and I kind of thought, well, that sounds like something I kind of want to do.
When he made the choice that he was ready to follow in his dad's footsteps, I could not have been prouder. It was a defining moment. You know, to be as many generations of farmers that have come from Matt and my family, and to know that it's going to continue, that's a great feeling.
Dad, went to school and got a degree, and he told me from the beginning, whether I farm or whether I don't farm, I've got to get a degree.
I concentrated more on the business management side, and so I want him to concentrate more on the science side, and then you put those two together, it makes a pretty good team. He's so far above where I was. He's 21 years old, he's got his own 2,500 acres, he's going to school full-time plus farming, and I don't cut him any slack. What can be better than working side by side with your son every day? My dad and I did that, and now he and I are doing that, and wish there was all 3 of us doing that. It would have been neat, but my dad passed away before he was really old enough to be part of the operation.
Lane now, he's finishing up his college career this year. Hopefully he will step right on in, start making decisions.
Hopefully in the next 5 to 10 years, we're still there side by side. I don't plan on going anywhere. It's just to be able to work side by side with your dad and your mom and now my wife, that family orientation and being on the farm is awesome.